Alright, good morning everyone. And I say morning because it is now about 7 minutes after midnight on May 5th, 2020. Got home from work a couple hours ago and I decided that I was going to get try to get 2 videos out for you tonight. And this is going to be in regards to working with the Sigils of Power. As some of you know, you've probably watched my last video, which was talking about why people are having difficulties getting their magic to work and whatnot. And I've always told people in the past, hey, you gotta try to work with these sigils out of the 72 sigils of power. You really need to work on your subconsciousness, and you really need to work on deprogramming yourself and then reprogramming yourself for new belief systems and stuff like that. And maybe some people get it and some people don't, but what I was probably thinking was some people didn't quite understand the concept or understand the how to go ahead and use them. So I thought I would do some how-to videos. So the first one I'm going to do is about letting go of your desire and your need for things to just happen. Okay, that I think everyone can benefit from, especially if you're new to the occult. You need to learn how to let go in order for your magic to materialize. Okay, and don't. And when we go about letting go, we don't want to go ahead and try to say this is how it needs to happen, okay? Because when you're doing shit like that, when you're saying this is how it needs to happen, you are limiting the way that spirits can work with you and the universe can work with you. You're limiting on how things are going to materialize for you. And what you need to do is you need to learn how to let go and let synchronicity happen, okay, in your magic, okay. That should be like the biggest thing like anybody needs to learn, especially early on, okay. So we're going to be talking about that one in the first video, and then the second video I'm going to just talk briefly about accepting change and reprogramming yourself for change and making your reality a little more malleable. And I'll do a little bit of explanation in that video as well. Okay, so before we jump into this first video, though, about letting go of our desires and our needs, I do appreciate you if you've subscribed to my channel already. And if you haven't, I do encourage you to subscribe, of course. There's a little bell icon right over here in this corner of the screen. Click on that and you will be notified anytime I put out new videos on my channel. If you do like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you liked about it. I will be seeing about trying to get some more of these videos out for Sigils of Power and like how-to videos on those as well. As some of you know, if you've been following me for a while, I have like a huge list of videos I want to be able to get out, and I just try to work on them one at a time, and eventually I'll get all the ones that I want to get out, and then I'll probably end up doing like a bunch more somewhere in between as well. So that's the way YouTube happens, I guess. So with that, folks, of course, if you don't like the video, give it a thumbs down, and let me know what you didn't like about it, and I'll see about making that change. Either way, you guys help me make the channel what it is, and I do appreciate that very much. All right, so letting go of our desires or letting go of our need to have things happen a certain way, or just not even a certain way, just like really like wanting it for whatever reason. That is like the biggest thing that kills our magical practice. I don't care if you're a left-hand path, I don't care if you're a right-hand path. If you're not learning to just let go after you've done a ritual, You gotta you do the ritual and you're done. Go do something else. Go do some housework. Go do some grocery shopping. Cook dinner. Veg out. Watch some TV. I don't care what it is you need to do. Read a book. Go exercise at the gym. Something like that. Just stop putting thought into the ritual that you just finished. Whatever it is. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's a ritual on love, lust, money, success, protection, whatever it is. Just get it the fuck out of your head and go do something else, okay? It'll materialize. Okay, if it doesn't materialize, it's because there's too much happening for it to materialize in any simple set of time, okay? Generally, when it comes to spirits, I don't care if it's angels or demons or whatever it is you're working with, spirits will generally materialize things in the quickest, most easiest sense possible for it to happen. Okay, if it's not materializing, then either you're sucking too much energy out of the ritual after you've done it, or there's just too much shit happening that you need to start attacking it at different angles, start chipping away at it with smaller rituals and doing little things like, okay, is it me? Do I have a subconscious, do I have a negative block here that's causing me to not attract this? For instance, if you're doing a money ritual and you're needing to attract money and money's not showing up, what is it about you that's keeping you from attracting money? Or even success or whatever, whatever the situation may be. If you're saying that you want to be successful and you want to have more money, but you still have this Christian mentality and thought process that money is evil or money is the root of all evil, or having money is, just the thought of having money is dirty, or if I ask for a certain amount of money, it's going to make me look like I'm greedy. You need to get rid of all that. See, all that negative programming, all that comes from our parents, our society, our culture, and teachers, neighbors, brothers, sisters, cousins, whoever the fuck, okay? Society seems to want to tell us what is right and what is wrong, okay? When it comes to money, they want to say, oh, if you're poor, then it's great, you're a very spiritual person, then you're going to go to heaven, okay, or whatever it is. Okay, if it doesn't serve you, okay, if your belief in, that money is, having too much money is greedy, and you're living, hand to mouth, or you're living paycheck to paycheck, and you can't seem to make ends meet, how does that serve you? Okay, and that's going to be more for the second video, really, than this first one. But you need to identify that, and you need to get rid of it. Okay, and letting go is going to be, the first video is obviously going to help out with that a little bit. But like I said, this is going to be more for the second one, where we realize that we need to get rid of programming. We need to make our reality more malleable. And actually, that's even going to go into to maybe the third and even the fourth video. I mean, it's just going to be like an ongoing thing. Okay, but if you're wanting more money and you see, but every time you look at somebody like Donald Trump or Bill Gates, or you watch these 70s and 80s sitcoms that have like rich people and they're snooty and snobby and all that, and a lot of people think, well, if I get too much money, I'm going to be snooty and snobby. Okay, I'm going to be that's what you're going to end up being like. Then of course you're going to have a block in your a subconscious block saying that you don't want to have too much money. And there's just so many other stories that I could probably throw out there, and I'll say a couple. I'll talk about a couple more when it comes to maybe the third and the fourth video, regarding that. Okay, and regarding money, it is so fucking important, especially for us as magical practitioners, because we're always wanting to draw in more money, we're always wanting to draw in more success, and make our lives more successful, and change and alter our reality and all that. That we need to get rid of that shitty ass programming and be the masters of our own universe. And I know as soon as I just said that, someone was thinking of He-Man back in the 80s. All right, 80s cartoon for those of you who don't know. But anyways, but seriously, we're masters of our own universe. We're creators of our own universe. And, again, and I'm going to be striking this repeatedly over and over and over, we need to get rid of that fucking programming that society has shoveled into our fucking brains for 10 years, 20 years, 30 fucking years. Get rid of it and learn how to live our life better than where it was, okay? So let's go ahead and move forward here. So now I'm going to go ahead and talk about Sigils of Power. Okay, now there's two ways that you can use the Sigils of Power. Okay, and this is the book that we're talking about right here, 72 Sigils of Power by Zena Blaze. Okay, you can. Okay, I'm just going to note this right now. You can use this book in conjunction with the 72 Angels of Magick. Okay, they do kind of work hand in hand, but we're not going to worry about this book right now. Okay, we just want to deal with this. Okay, once you've worked on things a little bit, go ahead. You can start including angels, in conjunction with this if you want at a later date. Right now, we just want to get rid of the programming and change things. Okay, so you have contemplative magic, you have results-based magic. So I'm going to talk about the contemplative magic first. Going to give you the rundown as far as the process that you're going to use these in. Okay, like the process, like what you need to think, feel, how to identify things, blah blah blah. Okay, just how to use it. I'm going to explain how to use it. Okay, then I'm going to explain to you how to do results-based magic. Okay, I'm going to try to do this in segments. Okay, and now don't worry if you miss a step while I'm explaining it to you. Don't worry, because at the end of the segment of contemplative magic, I'm going to end up typing those instructions out for you, and it's going to be there on the video screen, on your monitor screen, so you can kind of go through with that. Okay. I also did get some quick little handy pictures on my phone of the sigils, so if you don't have the book, okay, I'm going to insert a picture of the sigil on the screen, okay, and then you can go ahead and use that. So don't feel like because you don't have this book you can't do the exercise that I'm giving you right now, because you're going to have the sigil in order to go ahead and do this. Okay, and then we're going to go into results-based magic, and then again we'll talk about that a little bit, what the process is. It's a little bit shorter than contemplative magic, but still you're kind of getting around. You're still doing the same thing here. Okay, the difference between the two is contemplative magic is more mental, meditative. You're really working on more subconscious, okay? Whereas results-based magic is just what it sounds like. It's a little more material, a little more physical, okay? You're just kind of working like two different approaches, okay? So with this particular sigil, we are going to be using the Sigil Lahach, okay, which is the 34th sigil in this book. I'll show you a picture of Lahach, okay, and then But like I said, don't worry yet. This is gonna be in the video. Okay, so here is the Sigil of Lahach. Okay, and in Hebrew, of course, we're reading right to left. Okay, when we look at the sigil itself. Okay. Now, Lahach, when we use it, we're using Lahach in order to let go of our desire, let go of our need, not just of the need itself or the desire itself or even the way that we want it to happen, but we need to just learn how to let go. We need to forget about what it means. We need to realize that sometimes letting go of a desire or a need is sometimes the best way in order to achieve that desire. I know that sounds very cryptic, it sounds very Yoda-like, but that's what it is, folks, okay? We need to not get caught up in this situation so much. Okay. Now, again, as I stated just a moment ago, you can use this sigil in association with the 34th angel, okay, which is Lahachia, okay, Lahachia, okay, is the 34th angel. And now, if you have the 72 angels of Magick, and you kind of put the two books together, and you read the powers that Lahachia grants, as opposed to the 34th Sigil Lahach, which is defined as letting go. Okay, you'll see that they work hand in hand. They're in conjunction with each other. Okay, so let's talk about contemplative magic here really quick. Let me pull that up on my screen. Now, when we do contemplative magic, okay, you have two words of power in this book. For the Ash, you have the contemplative, and you have the results based. I'm going to give you both, okay? And the reason why I'm going to give you both, obviously, is because it's probably not a bad idea for you to do both contemplative and results-based magic on this, okay? Okay, in contemplative magic, the word is lahish. Sorry, Mom, just like messing this up. Lahish. Okay, yeah. I'm going to have that typed out on the screen as far as, what that is. Alright, and then the results-based magic is Lahach. Okay. Contemplative magic is generally used for the ease of letting go and the ease of giving. In this case, we're just looking to let go of what our desire is that we want so much. And results-based magic is to let go of desire or to let go of unwanted attachments. Okay, so contemplative magic. What is it? How do you do it? Okay, first step. Find a place that you can do this undisturbed. You need to have at least 10 or 15 minutes that you can do this work, okay? Now, if you plan on using, when you go ahead and start using these sigils, go ahead and just focus on one power during a particular session for right now, okay? For right now, we'll just focus on the one. This generally doesn't take a long time, but if you start getting into doing, start being a little overzealous, and you think, hey, I'm going to go ahead and start doing like, I'm going to do like 5 or 6 of these, like just knock them out, you're going to get tired really fast. Okay, it doesn't seem like it takes a lot of energy, but when you're focusing on these sigils for 10 minutes, 15 minutes at a time, that can be kind of exhausting. If you have like other things to do in addition to that, that could be a problem for some people. Let me fix my sound here. All right, so step 2, acknowledge the state that you're in right now. Focus your acknowledgement on what you are going to be contemplating. Okay, spend several moments thinking about how you feel at the exact moment in time. Okay, with Lahach, if we're focusing on the contemplative side, since that's what we're doing right now, you need to acknowledge, the state that you're in right now. It may not necessarily be about letting go, of your desire right now. It could be that you're just frustrated about something that happened at work, but for right now, whatever state of mind you're in right now, you need to acknowledge that, and for this present moment, okay, for this process, okay. Your feelings, of course, don't have to be consistent or even understood at this time. Just ponder that feeling that you are experiencing right now. Okay, the third step is you're going to scan the Hebrew letters and shapes associated with the desired sigil that you're going to be working with. Again, when you're working with Hebrew letters, you're going to be referencing the material right to left, okay, when you're reading it. Now you can do these, you can do this out loud, or you can do it silently if you want. So if you're in a restaurant or you're somewhere else and there's other people around, you don't want to be like chanting out, crazy shit. People are going to think you're a little weird. So you can do this silently, just, again, if you're in a restaurant or somewhere that you have other people around, more or less, they're probably not going to bother you. And in fact, if you're in a restaurant right now, you're probably doing something wrong, because you shouldn't be in most places. Right now, most restaurants are closed due to the pandemic. Anyways, continue to scan over the Hebrew letters while saying the divine word of power, and then while doing this, keep aware of the question that you have in your mind. In other words, what is your need for letting go, or what is your need, like what is your desire that you're wanting so bad? Like, why do you want it so bad? Why do you want to have that situation, whether it is love or success or money or whatever? Why do you want it so bad? You need to go ahead and address that, to yourself. Okay. Make room. The next step is make room for new thoughts. Okay. And remain relaxed while you do this. Okay. In other words, you're looking to bring in new experiences and new emotions into yourself during this process. So it's kind of, think of it as the empty your cup kind of thing. Okay. For you to experience new thoughts, new emotions, and new experiences, you have to be ready and willing to experience those. So it's like the little, like I said, you have like the master and the student, and they're all like talking, and they're like, well, how do I do this when I know how to do this already, and blah blah blah. And then the teacher, like, starts pouring like a cup of tea for the student, and the tea's, the cup's overflowing, and the student's like, no, you gotta stop, and he's like, look, teacher's like, look, you gotta empty your cup before you could, like, fill it with, new experiences. So, okay, that's the process that we're trying to go for here, folks, okay? Now, again, you're not looking for any particular insight at this point. You're just looking to get some new thoughts and process process the emotions going on. Continue to scan the letters and observe your thoughts and feelings. And then that is step 6. And then the 7th step is, obviously, this will probably take a few days to come through your consciousness. Just go about, okay, this is where you need to let go. And just like in any other magical practice, let go of it. Go about your business. When you're, I can tell you right now, when you're working with this material, you are probably not going to get things popping into your head right away. Okay, just like the step says, give it a couple days. You're probably going to be sitting. I can't not begin to tell you just how many times I had that aha moment or that light bulb go off after I've worked with the sigil, and I'm trying to work stuff out in my head or whatever, and then it's like, oh, okay, now I understand. It'll probably happen. It'll probably happen in a dream, or it'll just happen when you're doing something like totally unrelated. Or you might be having a conversation with some friends, and they say something, and you're like, "Oh, wait a minute! That might just like fit in with like the work that I've been doing ritually here the last couple of days." So, like I said, it's going to take a couple days, especially in the beginning. So that is contemplated magic. Again, that's it in a nutshell. I'm going to go ahead and stop the video at this point, and then we're going to start talking about results magic, okay? And then I'm going to give you the process for that, okay? And again, don't worry if you don't catch all these directions right away during the video, because I'm going to type them out, and they're going to be at the end of each segment. So contemplative magic directions will be at the end of this video session, and results will be at the end of the results session. Okay, so let me go ahead and stop that video right now, and I will be right back for you. All right, and we're going to try this again. Apparently, I had a problem with my camera here. All right, so folks, we are talking about results-based magic now with using the Sigil Lahach, which is the 34th Sigil in the book 72 Sigils of Power by Xander Blaze. Okay. When we are using this particular sigil, we're looking to let go of our feelings that we have towards a particular need or want or desire or goal, okay, whatever that is. Okay, and this is something that we definitely need to learn when we are new to magical practice. I don't care if you're left-hand path or right-hand path, whatever. You need to learn how to let go of your desire and your need for change so much. And I understand that that's hard for a lot of us, especially when we are, we're told from the beginning, it's like, hey, we're the masters of our universe, we're the creators of our universe. If you need something, you just go ahead and do a ritual and make a change in your life. But sometimes, we forget that that change isn't always immediate. Okay, so with results-based magic, I'm going to go ahead and go through the process here with you as far as what the steps are to get it done. Again, if you miss anything during the topic, don't worry. I'm going to have everything at the end of the video typed out for you, and then you'll have it right there for you to use. So first step, make sure that you're going to be undisturbed for 10 to 15 minutes when you are doing this type of magic. Also, try not to do too many sigils all at once. Right now, we're just doing one sigil in this particular video, and at the rate that this is taken for this video for me to get it done, it's probably gonna be the only one I do tonight, and then I'll probably do the other one tomorrow when I get home from work. Anyways, just try to deal with like one or two or maybe three, and there's going to be times that when you are using sigils of power to affect changes, whether they be results based or contemplative based, where you are going to end up using multiple sigils during a particular session, and that can be very, very draining, especially emotionally. But for right now, we're just dealing with one. All right. So step number 2: notice how you feel about your situation right now, and allow those feelings to arise. Okay. Since we're doing results-based magic, we're looking to try to affect physical change in our reality. We want to address the feelings of what this situation has for us. Okay, if it's been that say you've been needing a car or some type of vehicle, not necessarily just for work, but say for whatever other reasons that might be there, you need to address those feelings, like what it would be like, what it feels like not having a car right now. In other words, not having that vehicle in our life, how does that affect you, okay, in your current situation? That's what we're looking for at this point. Okay, now in the third step, you want to look at the sigil. Again, Hebrew, we're scanning sigils right to left. Okay, and you can either think or say the divine word of power listed under the results magic section, and of course I'll be providing that to you in this video. Okay. Again, if you're in a place where you can't be saying stuff out loud, or you don't want to be screaming or chanting out loud, people will think that you're fucking crazy. So you can just do it. You can think it. Okay, you could do it silently. That's fine, not a problem. Okay, now understand that while you are doing this, you want to imagine what it would be like to have the result that you want. Okay, let's go back to the car. What would it feel like if you had that happen this very moment? If someone just walked up to you and handed you a set of car keys and said, dude, it's yours, enjoy, what would it feel like, for that to happen in your life? Okay, you don't need to stress about how the results are going to happen, or when the results are going to happen, or why, or where you're going to be. Okay, don't worry about those things. That's not what we're concerned about. We need you to catch the feeling, or get the feeling of what would it happen, or what would it feel like if that changed for you this very minute. Okay. Now, the fourth step. Convince yourself that the result has already happened, the result has come to pass, and everything is good. Now, this is probably where some people are going to have a little bit of a problem. Okay. Not only are you visualizing that your situation has already happened, that's already come to pass, but you're really pouring in a lot of, you may be pouring a lot of feeling into this. Okay. So we're going to go back to the car. Okay. Here's what I'm going to suggest that you do. You can do whatever you want. Okay. But when I do my visualization, I like to go like 6 months. And remember that what we're doing here is we're not just creating these feelings, we're also trying to create these we're making room for these emotions in our subconscious. Okay, so go I like to think out 6 months. Okay, so just think to yourself, close your eyes and think to yourself, okay, we'll say May. So okay, we'll just say it's like November. Okay, 2020 right now. And think to yourself, wow, it's been 6 months since I've had this, since I got this car. Don't worry about where you got it from or who or how it happened. Okay, again, we're not concerned about that. Just 6 months, I've had this car. All these things have happened to me since I had this car. Okay, I've been able to move out of my shitty neighborhood into a better neighborhood, okay, which gave my my daughter or my child, whoever, now they go to a better school, so she's getting a better education because I have this car. I've been able to get a better job because now I'm not having to take the bus anymore. Now I can actually commute to a job that pays $3 an hour or $4 an hour more than what I was making before, because now I'm working in a plant instead of working fast food. Because I have this car, I've been able to go to school. I've been able to take classes, which has given me an opportunity to get a promotion in my job, because I've been taking these business courses at the community college. You see where I'm going with this, all right? Okay, anytime that something good happens to us, usually we get an abundance of other things happening in our lives because of it. So when you're thinking of those emotions, think of it and just say, wow, my life has changed so much in these 6 months because of this car, blah, blah, blah. Again, this is all the things that happen. Put a big ass smile on your face, feel really good. If you have to get to the point that you're nearly going to cry because of tears of joy or whatever, that's fine. Get those feelings in there. Get that visualization in there. Tell your mind, tell yourself the story. Okay, if you need to do it, go ahead and do it. Okay, I can tell you right now, your brain doesn't know the difference. Okay, if you close your eyes and you just picture yourself driving this car, the smell of this car, brand new car that you have, or maybe used car. I don't know. Maybe, but to you, it's a brand new car. The feeling of driving this car down the highway or the expressway to your new job, all the things that it can do, that it does for you. tell yourself that story. And I can tell you right now, your brain does not know the fucking difference whether that experience is real or not. Okay? And if you don't believe me, you can like even watch like some of these documentaries. They've hooked up sophisticated equipment to like athletes, and they say, okay, well, we want you to like, run your race like in your mind, and the brain thinks that your body is going through the motions of running through that race, and so your heart rate's going up, and different things, and your muscles are firing in the same order and whatever. I mean, your brain doesn't know the difference. So tell it a story, okay, and convince it that it's real, and trust me, it's going to work. Okay. Once you've achieved this feeling, this is the last one, stop the ritual. Okay, at that point, you've captured the feeling, you feel good, and now you're done. Okay, set the book aside, go do something. I don't care if you're cooking dinner, going out cutting the grass, whatever. Just forget about it. Okay. Now, here's the thing when it comes to either contemplative magic or results-based magic. Okay, one session is not going to do it, okay, for most people. If you need to come back and do this ritual again tomorrow, or give it, or do it every other day for like a week, do it every day for a week, or you could do it like every other day. Especially if you're doing contemplative magic, something like that, it takes a little bit of time for you to find the underlying causes of certain things. You're trying to deprogram yourself, deprogram your subconsciousness. Excuse me. Stuff like that could take a while. It could take days, weeks, whatever the situation may be. So like I said, it's not going to happen just like after one ritual. Give it, do it, and then give it a day or two, and then do it again, and then do it the next day, or every other day, for a whole week or 10 days, something like that, and see where you are at that point. You might not at that point. You may start feeling better to the point that you might just do it like once every third day, or once every 7 days, and then eventually you'll probably just stop altogether, and then maybe move on to another sigil at that point, whatever the situation may be. But this is why I've been telling people in videos that when you do this type of Kabbalistic style magic, it is very, very personal. There's not really a way that we can tell you, like, other than the idea of how to use the sigils, in the process like I just described. How to, or in which manner to use them, or how often to use them, is a very, very personal style of magic. And again, the way that I use them and how many times I use them is going to be different to somebody else, based on their situation, in their life, and their upbringing, and all sorts of other things. So, again, the first part of the ritual was talking about contemplative magic, using the sigils, and then this has been about results-based magic. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure I get all the instructions typed out for you at the end of each section there, in case if you've missed anything in the process. And I will make sure that I get the sigil up for you as well. That's going to be in the video. as well as the words of power there. Okay, so with that, folks, I'm going to go ahead and call this video done at this point. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get the next video out tonight. It's about 1:15, and after I process this whole video and all that, it's going to be late, and I have to get into work in the early morning. So I'll see about getting the next video of this series probably done when I get home from work tonight or tomorrow. Okay, so with that, folks, I'm going to give you a very fine farewell. You do have a great evening. Take care. Peace. And many, many blessings to you. Take care. Bye.